Hi, I'm Mandeep Singh, CEO and founder of Mandeeps.com and Vanjaro. Thank you so much for joining me in this series of preview videos of Vanjaro, where we're releasing a new preview video every day until DNN Summit 2020. So let's get started.
Like other site administration functions, we can get to Asset Manager from Site menu, Site, Assets. Let's explore some of the options we have on the top here. So here's a toggle for global assets. There's no separate module or administration section for global assets like we have in DNN currently. You simply come here and toggle this. If I'm logged in as a super user, I will see this icon and I can simply toggle between my site versus the global assets. So that's super handy. On the right, if you notice, we have the options to view the files in an icon view or thumbnail view versus a grid view, or a list view, where I see the details of the files. So that's also handy if I want to switch between a folder which has a bunch of images versus a folder that has a bunch of different files. So that option's always there. On the top right, I have the ability to upload new files, and depending on which folder I have chosen, that's where the files will end up. So currently they're going to go into the root folder, and I can simply click on the upload plus icon to upload some of the files. Now I can certainly click on one file and upload it, which says it just did, or I can also multiple select. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and select all these files. Notice I got two images, a doc file, a Excel, and PDF, and so forth. So I'm just going to go ahead and upload these really quick. All right, well, let's go look for the files we just uploaded, and I'm going to switch over to my next page right here, and I see the three images I just uploaded are right here. And the reason I uploaded a bunch of other files is to demonstrate that when you're in icon view or a thumbnail view, we automatically infer what the image is like. For example, this is a style sheet, so the icon actually is intuitive, it's informative, it's telling you that this is a code file like a style sheet versus this is a Windows Word file, a doc file, and this is an Excel file, and that's a PDF, and this is probably just a text file. So that's helpful. Now, of course, I could have switched to a list view and take a look at that as well, that there's my doc file and Excel file and so forth. So that toggle up there is helpful to switch between. Let me go back to global assets really quick. And if you see that I have a bunch of files here that are listed, and I'm currently in what we call as list view. But as soon as I go back here, it will automatically switch me to a icon or a grid view. So why is that? Well, we've built what we call a intelligent or automatic switch. Every time Asset Manager detects that you're looking at a folder that is predominantly images folder, or in other words, it has more than 50% of the files are images, it automatically switches over to the icon view to saves you, to basically keep you from actually looking at file names. Because when you're looking and working with images, file names really don't mean anything. You really actually want to physically, visually take a look at those images. So that's super helpful. On the same token, if I go to a folder which does not have a bunch of images, less than half, 50%, then it automatically switches to a grid view, so I can more easily make sense out of the file and content. So that's, again, super helpful. Also notice the lock icons here. Similar to page management, this basically indicates that this folder is not public, or in other words, all users do not have access to browse or view files in this folder. Okay, so let's go back to our assets, and I'm going to go down to the folder down here, and let's demonstrate our search, because half the time you have so many files and you don't even know where to begin looking for. So I'm going to just search for laptop, and there it brings in all the files that matches the word laptop for me. So I see I'm looking at in an icon or grid view, so I see it. I can always switch up, and you can see there's the word laptop in the file name, so that's helpful. Similarly, I can search for a watch, or I can search for a shoe, and it will bring those in for me. So again, super helpful. So let's go back right here and really quick explore. Let's get rid of our search term, and let's explore some of the options we have down here. So I can definitely go ahead and create a new folder, and when I do that, it asks for a folder name and it asks for a folder type. So Vanjaro supports folder providers that we have within DNN, and right now, as you can see, I have an Azure folder type configured, so I can save those files out to the cloud. So let's go ahead and take a look how we do that. Now I can definitely quickly type in Azure here because we have an intelligent site search and tells me where to go. And if I click here, I see that I can add a new Azure connector very quickly. I've already added one, and that's what you see here. The name Azure here is what's reflected in that new folder. Now if you want to know exactly what this is, you can go to Site menu and you can go to Settings, Integrations and Connectors, and that's where Azure is. So that's pretty cool. Now let's go back to Assets and we'll continue where we left off. Okay, so let's go and explore some of the options we have here in the folder. We've already looked at that. We can very quickly create a new folder, and I can demonstrate that really quick by just calling this test and hit update, and inside images now I have a test folder. So that's pretty cool. I can just as easily rename it. I can just as easily move this folder around to any other folder. I just simply choose where I want to move it and hit move. And similarly, I can go ahead and take a look at its permissions. So permission grid, if you're familiar with our page management or role management or user management, is kind of similar. If you want to add a custom role, you just type in there and you say my custom role, and I'll add that in. And similarly, I'm going to go down here. I could add an individual user, so I'll just look for me and put that in there. So that's there. You can always go ahead and manage the folder options from here, so that's super cool. Similarly, we can go ahead and sync this folder and sync some folders, and there's a delete option, so there's always a confirmation before you actually delete any folders. So let's go back here and take a look at some of the file options. If I want to download a file, I can certainly do that. Simply click here and you can see the file was downloaded. This is one of my other favorite options, is get URL. When I do that, the link's already copied, so I don't really have to look at a pop-up and then copy it again. If I paste it out here, I see the link was already copied, so I can go ahead and use that. So that's super handy as well. And you got your usuals: rename, copy, and move. And this is similar to how a folder was functioning. So I can go ahead and rename the file here, or I can go ahead and copy this file to another folder. Similarly, I can go ahead and move this file to another folder if I want to do that. And just like the folder, I have the option to go ahead and delete.
Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow with another video, so be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social networks. Head over to Vanjaro.com and join the conversation. Let us know what you think about Vanjaro.